WrestleMania season is upon us, and we have our WrestleMania matches all confirmed and booked. And so now I'm just going to give you my predictions of what I think is going to go down and who I think is going to win these matches. And so we're going to kick things off with the undisputed WWE Championship match with Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I think John Cena's winning this. He's got the 17th going on, and he's got his heel turn fresh. And Cody Rhodes, he's been the baby face. He's been the face of the WWE champion, for the past year now, since last year's WrestleMania. So I think it's time for him to drop the title, let John Cena win that 17th, and it'll be interesting to see where John Cena's heel turn goes from here. I'm excited for this match because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, this isn't Super Cena, so I don't expect, a slobber knocker of a match. I'm expecting, shenanigans, unexpected stuff happening. Maybe The Rock and Travis Scott show up. I think Travis Scott's been confirmed for this WrestleMania. I'm sure The Rock's going to probably show up. But I do expect shenanigans. I don't expect John Cena to win this match clean. Next up, we got Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins in a triple threat match. I'm not really excited for this match. I mean, I love all three of these participants. I love Roman Reigns. I love CM Punk. They put on banger matches. Seth Rollins puts on banger matches, but he loses a lot. And I really don't know who's going to win. I would expect Seth Rollins to win because, I mean, CM Punk, he wins. I don't see him losing a lot of matches. Roman Reigns, he hardly shows up, but when he does, it's a 50-50 thing with him. It depends. I mean, he lost against Solo Sikoa, but then, he wins the big matches. He wins the matches that mean something. But this is unpredictable. I don't know who's going to win. And then you got Paul Heyman thrown into the mix, which is kind of interesting as CM Punk's favor. I would say Seth Rollins. Because Seth Rollins has the most to gain from this, I guess, because Roman Reigns, he's already established. CM Punk, he's already established. Seth Rollins is established, but as Roman Reigns put it, Seth Rollins is not on Roman Reigns' level. He's not at that upper echelon yet, even though he's a workaholic. He is a definite workhorse, and I think Seth Rollins should win this match. I don't know who's going to win, but I think Seth Rollins should take it home. We have the Women's World Championship match. Io Sky is champion versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. This is another. I don't know who's going to win this match either. It could be either one of these women. I love Rhea Ripley. She definitely has an aura to her. I've been in love with her ever since she won her first women's championship against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. That's when I really tuned into Rhea Ripley, and I've fallen in love with her ever since. And, if anyone should win, I think it's Rhea Ripley, but then they've set up this whole story where Rhea Ripley was chasing Liv Morgan to get back her title. She got it back. You expect Rhea Ripley to go into WrestleMania as champion, but then surprisingly, she loses it to Io Sky the night after Elimination Chamber, and now Io Sky the champion. And I love Io Sky. Io Sky, I've fallen in love with her. I don't remember exactly when, but just seeing Io Sky compete in the ring, she is one of my favorite female athlete wrestlers. Like, she is fantastic every time I see her in a match. And Bianca Belair, she's phenomenal every time she's in a match. So I love all three of these women. And I think if any one of these women were to win this thing, I'd be happy with that. But honestly, I want Io Sky to win and retain the title at WrestleMania, because if anyone has earned it, deserves it, it's Io Sky. I mean, Rhea Ripley, she had her moment at WrestleMania and she lost the title. How stupid does it look for her to just lose it and then just get it back? What did she lose it for in the first place? Why couldn't she just go into WrestleMania as champion if she was going to win? And when Bianca Belair, she does just kind of feel like the third wheel, like she's just thrown into the mix just because, she's Bianca Belair. I mean, people were dying just to see Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, and now Io Sky, kind of feels like the third reel just thrown in there. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very exciting match because all three of these women are super talented. Hell, I think all three of these women are like in my top 5 favorite female wrestlers. But if anyone should win this match, it's Io Sky. I don't know who's going to win, honestly. But if anyone should win, it should definitely be Io Sky, in my opinion. Then we have the World Heavyweight Championship match that no one is excited for, not even me. Gunther's world champion versus Jey Uso, the Yeet Man. Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, so he has the right to fight Gunther at WrestleMania. I love Gunther, and I've loved him ever since, he was the Intercontinental Champion. He was running through people. He was a dominant Intercontinental Champion, now the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. They fumbled his World Heavyweight Championship reign. When he got the world title, I was so excited. I was like, finally, he deserves that. He's earned that. But ever since he became champion, he's just had no real feuds. I mean, yeah, Damian Priest was fun. It was fine. But that's all I can think of. Like, he's had no real credible matches since he's become champion. Like, no real like moments to like talk about, be like, yeah, I'm world champion and I've done these things. Like, I mean, at least with Seth Rollins, he had his open challenges, and with Damian Priest, he had his WrestleMania moment with Drew McIntyre, and his moment with Finn Balor. But Gunther, I can't really say anything. I mean, he had his little match with Randy Orton. That was cool, but it was a one-off. He hasn't really had any memorable feuds as champion except for this Jey Uso feud. And so it's just like, I'm not really anticipating this match. I mean, and we've seen it already. I agree with a lot of the discourse about this. It's like, we've seen, this is what, the third time? So if Jey Uso loses, you shouldn't call yourself main event anymore, It's like, if Jey Uso loses, then it's like, man, what was the point of this? What was the point of any of this? Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble and all that stuff, I want Gunther to win because it's like he's the man. I love Gunther. He's like definitely, probably, if not number one, definitely my top 5 male wrestlers. Like, I love Gunther, but his World Heavyweight Championship reign has been completely lackluster for me. And I want Gunther to win because I love Gunther. Jey Uso, I mean, he's great, and everything. I enjoy him, but if anyone should win, it is Jey Uso because he's worked his tail off and he's earned this. He's over. He's over, and we've seen this match already. They should definitely like pull out all the stops in this match. Like, there should be blood. Like, if anything, like, just they got to do something monumental in this match. But hey, yeah, I think Jey Uso is going to win this, and he should win this match. WWE Women's Championship match. Tiffany Stratton is champion versus Charlotte Flair. Okay. I'm not very excited for this match, but, Tiffany Stratton, I can't say I like her or dislike her. I haven't really been paying attention to her. Charlotte Flair, I love. Before Io Sky came in, before Bianca Belair, before Rhea Ripley, I was in love with Charlotte Flair. I still am, but just not as much as I used to be because, like, before, like all the women I mentioned, Charlotte Flair was doing it. That's why I respect Charlotte Flair. I don't know why she's getting booed all the time, and people prefer her to be a heel, and when she tries to pour out her heart and deliver these speeches about her life, they boo her. I don't get it. Maybe it's because, they push her, like Super Cena, down our throats, and she's supposed to win everything or whatever, but she's a hell of a competitor. Like, every time I watch a Charlotte Flair match, I'm invested and I'm entertained. She's a hell of an athlete. And so, like, before Io Sky and Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, like I said, Charlotte Flair was number one. But now, Io Sky and all these new people are in here, and, they're taking the top spots now. And Charlotte Flair is still, in that top 5 female wrestler, in my book. But she hasn't wrestled in a long time, so I don't really know what she's capable of now. I mean, that match with her and Rhea Ripley was fantastic. They put on a banger, and that's what I'm expecting from this. I'm hoping that same quality that we had with the Rhea Ripley Charlotte Flair match, we get with the Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair match. I hope Tiffany Stratton can go the distance. She can be in there and be aggressive and do her thing and make it an entertaining match. But like I said, I'm just not looking forward to it because I haven't seen Charlotte Flair compete in a long time, and Tiffany Stratton, I really don't know anything about her. She's completely new and fresh to me. I just know of her, and I don't really care who wins this match either way. It could be Charlotte Flair, it could be Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany Stratton should win because it will, show her as a dominant champion and, give her that accolade like, hey, I beat Charlotte Flair on the grandest stage of them all. You got to take me seriously as champion. I mean, and Charlotte Flair can win and be like, hey, I'm the final boss. I'm the queen. You can't beat me. Or is she going to give that rub to Tiffany Stratton like she did with Rhea Ripley, which was a banger match, So either way, I don't care. But I mean, who I think should win, honestly, I don't care either way. Both of them should win. Either way, I don't care, honestly. Tiffany Stratton, I pick. If I had to choose, Tiffany Stratton should win just to show her as a dominant champion. Because if she loses to Charlotte Flair on the grandest stage of them all, then it looks like Tiffany Stratton's just a pushover, and Charlotte Flair is just dominant female force in the WWE that can't be stopped. So Tiffany Stratton needs to overcome Charlotte Flair, in my opinion. All right, moving on. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Now, this match I'm very excited for. I'm really anticipating this match because both these guys are hella athletes. Like AJ Styles, I fell in love with him ever since he came into the WWE. I didn't know anything about New Japan and TNA, all that kind of stuff. When he first came in, I fell in love with this guy. He's killer on the mic, entrance theme, costume, wrestling ability, like everything about AJ Styles is flawless. And Logan Paul, love him, hate him, know a lot of people don't like him, but you cannot deny the fact that Logan Paul is a hell of an athlete. Like every time I see Logan Paul in a match, I'm invested, I'm entertained. And so I know that even though the story in this match isn't stellar, it feels kind of thrown together, it's going to be a banger match. It's AJ Styles. It's Logan Paul. These guys are hella athletes, man. So this match is going to be wild. Now, I don't know who's going to win. And that's another exciting factor. Who's going to win? AJ Styles, Logan Paul? I don't know. Either one of them could win. I say if Logan Paul wins, it makes him look good because you can call AJ Styles a legend at this point. He's towards the end of his career. He's had a stellar run so far. I wouldn't mind if he had one more run with the main championship. Logan Paul wins, he has that accolade. I beat AJ Styles on the grandest stage of them all. Who's next? AJ Styles wins, he can everybody would love if AJ Styles won. Because if AJ Styles wins, then that means, that would show everyone, hey, AJ Styles get on the mic on SmackDown or Raw and be like, hey, I shut Logan Paul up. That would that would make fans happy, basically. AJ Styles beating Logan Paul on the grandest stage of them all would make fans happy. Right? But honestly, you want moments at WrestleMania, and a moment would be Logan Paul defeating AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Just imagine everyone booing, everyone being pissed. Will it be through shenanigans? Probably. Should Logan Paul beat AJ Styles clean, it would make him look more legitimate, but then, I don't know. I honestly, my opinion, Logan Paul's going to win. I think Logan Paul is going to win the match, period. It's going to be a banger, though. Intercontinental Championship match. Braun Breaker is champion versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. This match. Not really excited for this match either, but I love Braun Breaker and his aura and him as Intercontinental Champion. This is his second run as Intercontinental Champion, so that's kind of disappointing because, he lost the first... his title match with Jey Uso, setting up Jey Uso stuff and all that, which I don't think should have happened, but it was great for Jey Uso to have that victory. So this is Braun Breaker's second Intercontinental title run. And it just, I don't know, it's been kind of lackluster to me. He shouldn't have lost the first time because then it could have kept his aura as champion, like as a dominant champion, going into WrestleMania. So knowing that this is his second title run as champion is kind of disappointing to me. But I love Braun Breaker. Every time he's in the ring, he's phenomenal. Penta, loved him since he first appeared not that long ago, actually. Only, a few months ago. Don't know who Penta is, but when I saw him, I was like, this guy is legitimate. He's a good athlete. Good that, he's getting this push so soon in his career, or at least in his WWE career. Finn Balor. Everyone makes fun of Finn Balor. They call him Pin Balor because he constantly loses, and I feel the pain. I feel the pain because I love Finn Balor too. I enjoy Finn Balor. He should go back to the Prince angle, with the he should go back to that and ditch this whole Judgment Day angle. I mean, this whole Judgment Day thing, I guess, elevated him a little bit. He became a tag team champion, all this kind of stuff. But man, the dude is a main eventer. The dude knows how to put on good matches. The dude is a legitimate entertainer, and he's a hell of an athlete. And I don't know why he's being put in these situations. But he is on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, Intercontinental Championship match. You can't complain about that. So people assume that Finn Balor is going to take the pin, and that's why he's thrown into this scenario. Because you have Dominic Mysterio in here, another member of the Judgment Day. And, I enjoy Dominic Mysterio. He's come a long way, since tag teaming with his father and joining the Judgment Day. Like when I first saw Dominic Mysterio, I first saw him when, he, the Eddie Guerrero angle, and then now he's his own man, and he disrespects his father, all this kind of stuff. Now, he's got the mustache, and he's with Rhea, and he's with Liv. I mean, he's had a hell of a career so far, a hell of a run, and he's evolved so much as, just an athlete and as a character. And it would be monumental. It'd be crazy if Dominic Mysterio won the Intercontinental title here. That's what they should do. My money's on Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio should win this match. If anyone should win this match, is Dominic Mysterio, because he's earned it, man. Because all of the heat that he gets, just everything he does, his aura is fantastic. I think his ability in the ring, he's adjusted. He's gotten a lot better, I think. And yeah, man, he's over. He's so over. He's over like Jey Uso, if not more so. Dominic Mysterio would blow the roof off that place if he won the Intercontinental title through heel shenanigans, of course, like screwing over Finn Balor or something, and then I can set up a program between Dominic and Finn, because it's interesting to have two members of Judgment Day here. So I do expect some shenanigans to happen because there are two members of Judgment Day here. Expect Finn Balor to probably take the pin. Penta winning would be monumental. Braun Breaker winning. I mean, any one of these guys can win, and I probably wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain at all. Any one of these guys could win, and I wouldn't complain. But if my money were to go towards someone, Dominic Mysterio should win through heel shenanigans and pin Finn Balor. That would be where I would go. I think Dominic Mysterio should win. Is he going to win? Probably not. But I think Dominic. If my opinion, Dominic Mysterio is going to win this match. If WWE is smart, Dominic Mysterio should win that match. Because you want to create moments at WrestleMania, and what better moment would it be than for heel Dominic Mysterio to win the Intercontinental Championship through heel shenanigans on the grandest stage of them all? Come on now. Come on. Let's do it. Create a moment. That would be a moment. All right, next. United States Championship match, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. This is another match. This is a match I'm looking forward to because I love both these guys. Like, I'm looking forward to the AJ Styles Logan Paul match, and I'm looking forward to the LA Knight Jacob Fatu match because I love both these guys. Like, I love LA Knight ever since he came in WWE. Don't know anything about, I know about, the whole, that thing that he was doing in the past with his little group, the whole man swore thing, and what did they call him? They called him, I can't remember. Let's not even remember that. Let's forget all about that. He's LA Knight now. Yeah, that's who he is. He's LA Knight, and he's fantastic as LA Knight, and we can forget about all of that stuff that never happened. LA Knight, United States champion, been a little shaky, because, the whole Shinsuke Nakamura thing that they did nothing with. But it's good that they gave Shinsuke Nakamura a push. He's not even on WrestleMania, so why are we talking about it? But LA Knight, champion. The fact that he just won it, kind of like same thing with Braun Breaker. He was on a roll. I think LA Knight should have been champion since he won it from SummerSlam till WrestleMania. That would have made him look like a dominant champion. But I understand, Shinsuke Nakamura coming back. They shouldn't have gave Shinsuke Nakamura that United States Championship match so soon. They should have built that up. They should have gave him a different program. Anyways, it's like, okay, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. We're getting off track. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I'm really excited about this match because of the two participants involved. LA Knight is a great in-ring competitor. Jacob Fatu, his aura is insane. His match ability, his ring ability is insane. The man is a beast. If anyone should win this match, it's Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu should win. I love Jacob Fatu, and he hasn't even been in his company that long. But every time Jacob Fatu's in a match, he puts on a banger because the dude is a freak of nature. The dude is an animal. And I think he can out wrestle LA Knight. Like LA Knight, he has his moves, but man, Jacob Fatu, man, he's a beast. Like if anyone should win, I think it's Jacob Fatu. But if LA Knight wins, I'd be happy too, because in LA Knight, all the work he put in, he deserves this win. All the work he put in since he's come into the WWE, he's been putting in stellar work. Dude's killer on the microphone. He's a great in-ring competitor. He's a really good wrestler. But both these guys are phenomenal. Jacob Fatu probably, he needs a little bit more work on the mic, but he's a hell of a wrestler, And so this match is going to be awesome. I don't know what to expect from this. I mean, I could see both these guys winning. LA Knight beating Jacob Fatu proves that LA Knight's a dominant champion. Jacob Fatu beating LA Knight just shows how good Jacob Fatu is. So I'm excited for this match because I don't know what to expect. I don't know who's going to win. But if I had put money on it and the WWE actually making fans happy, I mean, damn, man, either one of these guys, LA Knight winning would make fans happy, or more than I think Jacob Fatu winning, because, I think LA Knight's more over than Jacob Fatu. People love Jacob Fatu, but he just needs a bit more, matches and more accolades. I really want Jacob Fatu to win, but I see my money going towards LA Knight. That's how I feel. That's my final opinion. I want Jacob Fatu to win, but I see LA Knight winning this match, solidifying him even further. Next is Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Now, El Grande Americano, the joke is that it's not Chad Gable, and I'll go with that as well. It's not Chad Gable. But we know the story. Chad Gable had to go and learn a new moveset. He had to change his self. He had to figure out a way to overcome these luchadors. Right? It's not enough being an Olympian, being a technical wrestler. You have to be a high flyer as well, and that's what he's doing. And I have not been into this whole El Grande Americano thing. I haven't been paying attention to that. I enjoyed Chad Gable as a wrestler, them turning him into the new Kurt Angle. Like, the dude has hell of abilities in that ring. He has hell of wrestling abilities. Like, the dude is phenomenal. And Rey Mysterio, absolute legend, hell of abilities in that ring. And so I can't say that I'm like excited for this match or anything like that, because this is like a mid-card level match at WrestleMania. But I mean, I know it's going to be exciting because both of these guys are phenomenal in the ring. Like Rey Mysterio, legend. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to put on great matches and make people shine. El Grande Americano, great athlete, hell of a wrestler. I expect this match to be stellar, even though I'm not very excited for it. Who do I expect to win? El Grande Americano should pick up the win because this is his first WrestleMania match, I think. He should pick up the win. Rey Mysterio, he's a legend. He's already solidified his career. Him picking up a win here, it'd be nice, but I don't think it would mean anything. It'd just be another, shingle on his list of accolades. He doesn't really need the win. El Grande Americano needs this win, though, because it's like, hey, accolade. I beat the legendary Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. Who's next? Come mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if anything, El Grande Americano should win this match. Next up is Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Now, this match, I'm pretty excited for her. I love Jade Cargill. Don't know anything about AEW and her and all that. But this match, it stems from Jade Cargill being a tag team champion with Bianca Belair. They were dominant there. Jade Cargill got taken out. Naomi revealed it. Rikishi style, I did it. It was me who took you out. Haven't been paying attention to wrestling, so I don't know the reasoning for Naomi taking Jade Cargill out. Naomi is she's fine. I don't think she's like on the level of like Bianca Belair and all that, but I think this is a good starting off point for Jade Cargill, as a competitor. Because from what I've noticed with Jade Cargill is that even though she comes from a previous wrestling company, she's coming in as an already established star. Even though someone like myself doesn't know her background, when they inserted her into the WWE, when they brought her in, they already established her as a big main event level star. But they've been protecting her by putting her in tag team matches with Bianca Belair, not really, letting her showcase her full abilities in the ring, because I assume that they feel, I feel the WWE, thought that Jade Cargill needed a little bit more work. Her in-ring ability needed to be a bit more polished. And so now giving her this program after, I feel, a year of, trying to polish Jade Cargill in the ring, they feel like she is ready to be put on that main stage at WrestleMania and put on a showcase. So I do expect this to be a showcase match for Jade Cargill. I don't expect this to be a squash, but I do expect this to be like maybe a 2-3 minute match, something quick to just show how powerful Jade Cargill is. Because if she brings that energy that she had at the Elimination Chamber, that was crazy. Jade Cargill coming back and smashing the door, and Naomi's neck was insane. I thought, like, no, dang, like, it's like one of those things when Mick Foley went through the Hell in the Cell and Jerry Lawler was like, oh, that's it, he's dead. When I saw what Jade did to Naomi, that's how I felt. Those were the words that were in my head, like, oh, that's it, she's dead. So that's how I'm established in this feud. It's like I'm not super excited for it, but they have established it just enough to where it's like I have a sprinkle of interest, and I do enjoy Jade Cargill as an in-ring competitor, and her aura is fantastic as well. Not so excited about Naomi, but I'm interested in this heel turn. Her danger, taping around her outfit is interesting. Hopefully, they do let Naomi showcase her dark side and what she can. I mean, she's a good athlete. She can showcase a good match in the ring, and that's what I feel like Naomi is here for. Naomi is here to break the training wheels off of Jade Cargill, so to speak. Naomi is here because she is an established athlete in the ring, and I feel Naomi is the person that is going to guide Jade Cargill through this match. Naomi is supposed to make Jade Cargill look good. That's what I feel like this match is for, is to showcase Jade Cargill while also giving a little bit of, spice to Naomi and her character. But yeah, I think this is predictable. Jade Cargill's winning. I am invested, obviously. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this match is going to look like, Don't make it a squash. Showcase Naomi. Make Jade Cargill powerful, dominant, and interesting. There you go. Next. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a Sin City street fight. This is a match that I honestly could care less about. I do love Drew McIntyre every time he's in the ring. I love Damian Priest. He's good. He's got aura. Sin City street fight, very interesting because they're going to utilize weapons. And Damian Priest, when he fought Bad Bunny, that was a good match. And, a lot of people say that Damian Priest, he has in-ring ability as far as working a match is concerned. He knows how to work a match. He knows how to structure it and organize it, because he made Bad Bunny look good, and everyone remembers that. I feel like in the WWE, it's always like, what have you done for me lately? And people forget, Damian Priest, he knows what he's doing. This man has grown so much, since his days with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day helped him develop as a character and truly discover who he is, and what he wants to do in that ring. And, his World Heavyweight Championship run wasn't completely stellar, but he has a memorable moment with Drew McIntyre. So that's the sprinkle here, and then they finally culminate everything in this feud. So there's a history here. So I am partially invested because I do enjoy both of these men in the ring, and the fact that it's a Sin City street fight is that sprinkle on top, which I think is what this feud needed, and so that makes me a bit excited. It could go either way. It could go with Damian Priest. It can go with Drew McIntyre. Either way, I think. I don't really care who I think should win. I don't know. If I had to roll the dice, Drew McIntyre. Because Damian Priest screwed Drew McIntyre last year and embarrassed him in front of the entire world. So Damian Priest winning would just be like, hey, I beat Drew McIntyre and you're a fool, So I don't know. My money, Drew McIntyre should win this because he definitely needs to get his revenge on Damian Priest for embarrassing him last year at WrestleMania. That's what needs to happen. All right, next up, we got the World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders versus the New Day. I'm going to go with what a lot of people say. This just feels like, a regular SmackDown match on the grandest stage of them all. This is just like, I was excited for the New Day and their heel turn, especially with that Big E moment. I think that's the most memorable thing that they've done during this heel turn. I love New Day in their matches, like, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, hella athletes, fantastic abilities in that ring. But they're just not really given a lot of material. The only material, like I said, that they were given during this heel turn is the Big E incident. That's the most memorable thing that they've done, probably along with, their parents disrespecting them. But other than that, I will agree with a lot of the discourse online is that, they should go into WrestleMania as champions, and this should have been like, a tag team triple threat, ladder match or something, showcasing all the tag teams. Like, I agree with a lot of people. Discourse online, the what's the team called? The Street Profits. I enjoy Montez Ford and I forgot that dude's name, Angelo Dawkins. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, man, they cook every time they're in the ring. They should have been showcased here, man. And it's just like the New Day haven't really done anything except for that Big E thing and their parents thing. And the Royal Raiders, they were the Viking Raiders. I don't really know much about them. I don't really pay attention to them. This match, I really could care less about. I don't really care who wins this. I mean, the New Day, I think, deserve it because they just turned heels, and it would solidify their heel turn and their whatever, but they're legends, icons. They don't really need it. The War Raiders need it more, I guess, to establish their dominance as a team. But if anyone should win, I think it's the New Day, because they're legends and they just turned heels, and that's all I got for that. So the last match that we have on this list, and I am looking this up from the official WWE website. That's how I am doing it in this order. So this last match on here on this list is Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria for the WWE Women's Tag Team title. Liv Morgan had a hell of a run with the Women's Championship. She proved herself. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of Liv Morgan, for a long time, but she really solidified herself in that ring. Like, all this stuff she did in the past with, like, Ronda Rousey and all that stuff with her championship run wasn't a good look. But, recently, man, she's really proven herself in that ring. Like, her program with Rhea Ripley was really good and showcased her ability in that ring. And she works well with Raquel Rodriguez. I really enjoy Raquel Rodriguez as an athlete competitor. I really assumed, like, with the push that Raquel was getting maybe, 2 years ago, I was like, Raquel Rodriguez needs to be in the main event scene. I think Raquel Rodriguez has the ability in that ring. To me, she was like the new China. She showed her dominance. She was a dominant force in that ring, and pairing them in a tag team is kind of disappointing. But I mean, I think Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez have good chemistry with each other. So I think that's what makes that work. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, I think is a tag team that's just thrown together because Bayley is a main event level player. She was just the women's champion not too long ago. Lyra Valkyria, isn't she like what, the WWE Intercontinental Champion? You know, so shouldn't she be defending her Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania to solidify how important the Intercontinental Women's Championship is? But she's thrown into a random tag team in a random tag team match that doesn't feel like it belongs on the grandest stage of them all. I don't understand. I honestly feel like this match does not need to be here. But, we got it. And off the top of my head, if anyone should win, I feel like it's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Because Bayley and Lyra Valkyria is not a tag team. Like, I don't understand. You take Bayley out of Damage Control just to throw her in another tag team. It makes no sense. I don't know. I don't care. Liv Morgan is great. Raquel Rodriguez is great. She definitely needs to be a women's world champion at some point in the future. When Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez break up, they should have a feud. Raquel Rodriguez should win the feud, and she should go on to win the women's world championship. She should have won it a long time ago. But I don't know. Who's going to win? I don't know. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez is going to win. There you go. That's where my money goes. Roll the dice. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are going to retain the titles, and that's it. That's WrestleMania. And I agree with the discourse. This WrestleMania is not very exciting. Only matches I'm excited for: Cody Rhodes, John Cena. I'm excited for that. AJ Styles, Logan Paul. I'm excited for that. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. I'm excited for that. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I'm excited to see what Jade Cargill can do in that ring. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I'm excited because there are weapons. And that's pretty much it. That's it. And yep, that's it. That's WrestleMania for you. That's my predictions. And that's all I have to say.